Hey gang, it's Mr. Wilson, and had a couple people ask some questions about GitHub and how you start a project or how you put your code into the GitHub repository. One of the easy ways to do that. So let's just go like we're going to go to GitHub. I'm just going to click my button here and go straight to GitHub. This is my GitHub repository for the class. And so what do I do if I want to start a new project and I want to align that with my Visual Studios? Well, the first thing that I've got to do is I've got to create, I'm going to create two repositories, okay? Now, they're both linked, but I've got to create one in the cloud and I've got to create one on my local machine, all right? So to do that, the first thing I want to do is create one in the cloud. And so how do I do that? When I'm here on my page, I'm going to say new. And here is the create a new repository. And so I'm going to name this repository test for video, okay? And I can put a optional description if I want. If I want to put something in here, just test for video. It does not matter what I put in there at all. Now the next choice is, do I want it to be public or private? I make almost all of mine public. I can't see any reason why I wouldn't want anybody to be able to look at the code. And most of the code that I'm writing in here is not for company or for something like that. If I was writing this for a company or for somebody private who was paying me to do that, then I'd probably make it private, especially if I was just sharing it with a very small group of people and we were working together. It might be private. But for the majority of your projects, in fact, I would say all your projects for school, public is just fine. And the nice thing about public is other people can go and look at it. So if you're working with several people on your team, public might be the right answer. Okay, so we're going to say, do we want to add a Readme? Yeah, that's good because we can go in there and write information and a big description and do all that kind of stuff. I'm going to also add the get nor, and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put in Visual Studios. There it is. And I want to click that. Okay, now I'm telling it's okay to upload stuff into here from Visual Studio. Choose license. If I was writing software for a private company that I was working for, I might have a licensing to it. But other than that, no. So we're going to say create repository. There. Our repository is built now. Okay, so let's think about this process just a little bit, programmers. I've created a repository online, okay? Thus, we're looking at it in my browser, but the repository does not exist on my local machine, on my computer, okay? And that's the next step that I want to do. So here's the master. Maybe I want to, before I download this, I want to create a branch. So I can name that branch whatever I want to. I'm just going to call it Mr. Wilson, and I'm going to create my branch. There it is. We're in Mr. Wilson. I am not putting stuff into the master, okay? We try to never actually work in the master. We always try to work in a branch and then upload it to the master as we go. All right? All right. So all I do is now I want to bring that from the cloud to my local machine. I'm going to go to the code button. And I click the code button. And from the code button, I'm going to click on Open with GitHub Desktop, right? Open with GitHub Desktop. So I click that. It's going to open GitHub Desktop for me. And notice what it says. It says clone a repository, okay? It's basically saying, hey, do you want to make an exact copy of the cloud one on your local machine? And that's exactly what I want to do. Now, I may want to check the path to make sure I'm putting it where I want. And you can see this is in my GitHub folder, which is where I put my GitHub projects. So that's exactly where I want it to go. And I say clone. That's it. And now it builds an exact copy of what is online onto my local machine. And we can see up here it says current repository, test for video, current branch. And I want to change my branch because I don't want to be working in my master. I want to be working in my branch, okay? And so now all of that is set up. Now, I have not put any code inside here yet. It's just basically empty folders waiting for information. So from there, I would go to Visual Studios. So I'm going to go open Visual Studios. There it is, 2019. And I have opened that here. And I'm going to create a new project. And I'm just going to make a project here. It doesn't matter. Now, under location, this is where I want to be careful, because I want to come and I want to make sure that I am in my new project. Now let's see, we called that test for video, which is right there. And I'm going to say select folder. Now, whatever I make now in Visual Studios with this project, it's going to put it into that, that folder. So I say create. And now it's building my template inside that folder. Okay? And it doesn't matter what kind of project I'm building. It will put it in that folder. Okay, so if I go back now and I go and look at my GitHub Desktop, all of those folders that I just created are now there, and GitHub Desktop's looking at it and saying, hey, these are changes. This is new stuff compared to the cloud. They're not equal anymore. Are you ready to? Do you want to put these in? So let's just say we did. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to say where it says summary, I have to put something in here. So I'm going to put in first commit. Okay. I could put a description in too if I wanted to say more. You know, this is from the collaboration between, you know, X and this person and this person and this person. This is code based upon, you know, whatever. I could put any information I wanted to in the description, or I can put none, like I'm going to do right now. And now I push that. And notice it says commit to Mr. Wilson. We're putting it in the branch. We're not putting it in the master. Okay, I push that button. There's nothing here. Now just imagine all of that's been pushed over, and now it says push to commit to origin. So this is to push it, to actually put it in the cloud. So I'm going to say push to origin, which is to the cloud, and it says it's done. Now, if I come down here and I say open the repository page on GitHub, now I can look, and this is, I'm in the master. Let's go to my branch. And here's the files that I just pushed up here. And I can go in, I can look at what code is on the inside of them. I can there's my C# code. And so this is how we use GitHub, and we keep a copy of it in the cloud and a copy of it on our machine that we're working on. And let's say for some reason you're not at school, you're at home, or you're at another job someplace, you can reach up to the cloud to your GitHub account, sign in, and you can pull that back down just like we pulled this information originally. Okay, so that's a little quick tutorial on GitHub. Take time to use this kind of as a wiki if you need to go back and forth to make sure that you're putting everything on and doing everything like that. Okay, all right. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.